The potential in this body of water is incredible and it's unpredictable, and it's time to go find the big girls that we're looking for.
Alrighty, so welcome back to day 5 of the quest for the tartan. We have a good shot today at a big fish, but we're also battling some wind. I don't know what this is doing. Battling some wind, as you can see. But I think the big girls are going to come out to play today. Moved a couple last night, so as these bays heat up, I think we're going to finally have a shot at putting a big fish in the boat. Maybe I'll actually be able to title monster northern pike as I've been hoping. But it's me, E, and Big Red in the boat today. We got 2 3-man boats going and then 1 2-man, so we're in the 3, and yeah, it's gonna be kind of the same deal. See if I think of any ideas to kind of put together throughout the day. But yeah, casting spoons, casting big shadzillas, casting flukes, and just battling this wind. But yeah, it's gonna be a good day, and hopefully we can change this leaderboard up because it's looking pretty weak at the moment. So we're just about to head out and get fishing. See you out on the water.
After going through the footage for day 5 on my GoPro, I realized that GoPro Hero 6 has an issue with having the side port open and external battery attached. So anytime a wind would hit my GoPro or I would nudge my GoPro, the volume shuts off. So it was a real shame. So I'm gonna do a bit of commentary for day 5's footage because it was up there in one of the best days of the trip. So to start off, we were focusing around a back corner of a bay, and it was there was not much action going along the bay, but there was a heavy south wind that was pushing up against a big rock wall. This rock wall usually isn't too productive, but we decided that, you know what, we were minimal amount of bays due to ice, that we were going to try to fish this rock wall. And we started going, and we were casting Len Thompson 5 diamonds, Len Thompson bullfrog, just a bunch of 1-ounce Len Thompson spoons, and we started getting hits. We started catching a couple walleye, and then we started getting on some good ones. So yeah, that was kind of the game plan. We figured things out. We were a little bit down in the dumps due to the wind, but we finally started finding a pattern, and this pattern was probably the best pattern we picked up on all week. So I'll try to explain each and every fish, and we'll go from there. So this fish in the video is actually the second qual we had of the day. We had an 8.5 to 9 pounder prior, but this is probably the first nice fish up there in that teen range. I believe this was a low 13 pounder, and Eric caught it at the back. It was Eric was just casting around a battered perch Len Thompson, and it smoked it. It was a beauty. It was a nice, probably mid-30s fish, but it was thick all the way through. The one thing that we did do in the video, and I'll try to get a little bit of footage here, is if you ever have a net and the pike tangles itself up in the net, it's a guide trick to, if you can't get it out, just put the pike back into the water. A lot of the times the pike will roll the opposite way and they'll actually untangle themselves. So here's a bit of footage of that, and enjoy.
Pick up.
Well. Wet doing it. Nope. Nope, back up. I want to be picked up.
Didn't want to be picked up. Alright, so that was like a 12.5 pounder caught just like right on the outskirts of the rocks. It's feeding on the walleye, so it's kind of on the outskirts of the bay right now. The bays aren't hot enough, so we're just kind of fishing the outskirts of the bay, and got a nice walleye feeding pike. I think it was 16-12 minus the 4.5 pound net, so around like a mid 12. So not a bad fish, and hopefully that's just the start of good things to come.
Alright, so this is only about 15 minutes after that last 12 to 13 pounder, whatever it was. And this just shows you why I'm just a true guide at heart, and just, you know what, the best person to have in the boat. Helping people unhook little baby pike, and then, you know what, when the big 13 pounder rolls around, I'm more than willing to get that bad boy in the net. This is another true tanker. It was on the battered perches as well, the Len Thompson, and Eric was just absolutely slamming them in the back of the boat. I was having the prime territory up at front, but I just couldn't manage to get a good fish at the start. So I don't know if he was exactly casting out into deeper water and they were sitting out there, but he was landing some good fish. And yeah, this was another quality low teen mid 30s fish. It was another beauty.
I don't think so. I don't think it's a bad one, but it might be a quail, I think. Oh.
So this was probably my first half decent fish of the day. It was right around 7 pounds. But just a quick tip for anybody who's looking to do any pike fishing or do one of these up north trips, like a central tackle that you have to have, like besides your actual lures, has to be, you have to have spreaders, you have to have pliers, you have to have wire cutters. These are all things that you should definitely have to just make sure that you're treating the fish right and that they have the best chance of survival after a catch. It's super essential, and it just makes your life a lot easier, and it keeps the fish good to go. Alright, so the fish right here is Big Red's first big one of the day. I think it was right around the 11 to 12 pound mark. It was a little bit longer and skinnier than the other ones we've been catching that day, but for Big Red, this was just the start to what would definitely be what I think he considers the best day of the trip. Alright, so at this time of day, we were about on our third pass of this rock wall, and you would think, why are you beating up so much, but it was bumping. These walleyes were pushed up against it, these pike were feeding. It was just a hungry frenzy. It was about probably 1:30 in the afternoon, and this is where chaos broke out, but it was also the best part of the day. So in the video, I'm making my way to the back of the boat because Kehoe is hooked up on another 13 pounder, I believe, mid 13. So we were getting pushed up pretty quickly onto the rock wall, so I decided to hop on the till, but realized at that point that nobody was going to be able to net this fish. So we had to make sure that it was going to get in the net, and it was being taken care of nicely. So we got the 13 pounder landed nicely. It's sitting in the net, keeping calm, and Kehoe has his tools to get it unhooked. As we were kind of taking care of this fish, Big Red decided to toss up right nice and close to the rock wall. Same thing with the Len Thompson spoon. And as we're dealing with this fish, we're trying to get it unhooked, get it all taken care of, get a nice weight of it. You'll see in the video, but you just look and there's a submarine next to the boat. Big Red was not very vocal at this point, letting us know that he had a big fish, but that's a typical Big Red fashion. He never quite knows the size of his fish. So I look down and I see this absolute behemoth. So we have a 13 pounder in the net, and I'm not too sure what to do. So Kehoe decides to take the 13 pounder out and deal with that himself, and I land what happened to be a real big girl.
Alright, so We're in the same spot in the place called Beaver Mansion. We just got a double header, a 13.5 and just a big 20-pound 3 ounce. Yeah, 20-pound 3 ounce. We're just getting her out of the net right now. We'll get a good video of it. Here she is. Let me back up. There she is. Fat as can be. Take a couple pictures and then we'll get a good release of her. Alright, so that's the end of day 5. It's actually the start of day 6 to end this video off. I was pretty tired last night, so I decided to just hit the sack. So it was actually a decent moving day for the board. Big Red, I think, just took the lead with that big 20-pounder. I think he's up at 19 points. I think the E's right behind him. I think I've dropped down to like 5th. I think Kane's in 3rd and Wally's in 4th. So yeah, big movements going on in the Pike board. It should be another nice warm day, so the bays should start heating up to today. But yeah, that's not important. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on day 6 of Quest for the Tartan.